Hello everyone, Teacher here, welcome back to another video. So we got Bumber's kit reveal and we're gonna take a closer look at it. Also, I'm gonna talk about some different stuff, so if you're ready, let's take a closer look. So Bumber's kit reveal is out, and honestly, I just had a pretty quick skim of it, and it looks pretty fun. So, Adventuring Dwarf Nap Connoisseur, yes. He's a tank. That is what I had expected. I felt that they didn't have a tank. It was either him or Thorin, and I felt it was probably a 70% chance it would be Bumber, considering his body structure. I felt that would make a good sense. I really like the way he looks here, honestly. Kind of like reminds me of the Seven Dwarfs from Snow White. Um, but yeah, the only scraps of comfort there was came unexpectedly from Bumber. He woke up suddenly and sat up scratching his head. He could not make out where he was at all, nor why he felt so hungry, for he had forgotten everything that had happened since they started the journey that May morning long ago. The last thing that he remembered was the party at the Hobbit's house, and they had great difficulty in making him believe their tale of all the many adventures they had had since. Sounds interesting. Light tank, Thorn's Company, Dwarf, two hand. Sadly, not a large. Like, I feel we were promised a large character in 2023, and as far as I know, we haven't received that one yet. Just saying it, I believe they promised us, like, they mentioned something with Shadow and a large character. Let's get back to the point. So, basic ability, heavy swing. Let's see, how does it look? Okay, looks like it would be an overhead and then from the side. Looks cool. I like it. So ability description on at unlock 90%, but what we want to know is actually the at max 200% and inflict weak-minded for 2 turns. 2 turns is actually pretty massive here, and it's a good basic attack damage. So yeah, special ability 1, Dwarven Rhythms. Okay, that looks fun. Ability, stamina, cost, and at battle 5/5, so okay, we can use it right off the bat. Ability description unlocked, inflict disrupted for 1 turn on the target enemy, so disrupted means you cannot receive any boons, and 1 random enemy. Grant haste for 1 turn to 1 Thorn's Company squad member and 1 additional random ally. At max, inflict disrupted for 1 turn on all enemies. Okay, that's pretty nice. That means you can stop basically everything in arena. Like, this is also where I see and what I had expected. Thorn's Company is gonna be PvP meta. It's gonna be the PvP king, or at least that is what they're trying it to make. Then we'll see if the players can overcome it and find out that there's something stronger. Because remember, these are at most 5 stars for the majority of us. Grant haste for 2 turns to all Thorn's Company squad members and 2 additional random allies. This is massive. This means he's actually quite plug and play. 2 allies, so you can kind of like say Bumber. Let's say you don't get Thorin the first unlock, then you get Bumber and you have Feely Keely. You could technically plug and play with those 2 and then some other team members, and you still gain haste to everyone. Biffer as well. So this is really interesting. I will say Bumper is definitely a solid pick on Thorin's Company alongside Feely and Keely and Thorin, of course, and then it's the 5th member that we're gonna wait. I'm very curious to see Bilbo Baggins, because if Bilbo Baggins gets the Thorn's Company tag, then we have 6 members. Then it's really gonna be like, when do you wanna swap them around? Because you need a tank, you need a cleanser, and you need a healer, and you have to attackers. So at the moment, it's a very balanced team. And also remember, this is the massive one. It's a 2 turn one. That is so massive. Brilliant Blunder. Okay, that looks amazing. Honestly, I think this might be one of my most favorite abilities. Ability stamina cost 5 at battle 1. Attack all enemies for 110%. Attack all enemies for 230% and inflict slow for 2 turns. So he has 2 turns on everything. Like, this is so massive. Also, like, he has slow 2 turns. And up here, disrupted 1 turn, haste 2 turns. This has a really interesting kit. He's really strong. Passive ability, well rested. So this is where we're gonna probably see the sleep that I can see highlighted here, and that is what will explain his abilities. On spawn, gain 2 stacks of sleep. On turn, convert each stack of sleep on self into 1 stamina, disrupted to random abilities. On turn end, gain 2 stacks of sleep. This will not occur if Bumber is stunned. Okay, so you can counter him by stunning him, but you don't have a lot of stun in the game. Ability description at max upgrade. On spawn, gain 3 stacks of sleep. On turn, convert each stack of sleep onto self into 2 stamina. Disrupted to random abilities. On turn, gain 3 stacks of sleep. This will not occur if Bumber is stunned. Gain 15% armor. Okay, so that basically means you have some wombo combo with this one here. But I don't at the moment see any way for him to be the taunt. New unique character boon, Sleep. Cannot counterattack, evade, or block when this character is granted any assistance or counter attack stacks. Converts each stack to 25% turn meter instead. When attacked, remove 1 stack of sleep. All stacks will be removed when Bumber is inflicted with stun. Okay, so if you can time your stuns, you can actually remove all the stacks, and this is really interesting because the way he works with Thorin, like he needs Thorin and assist mechanics here. You gain an assist, or you gain a counter attack stack. Then he gains 25% turn meter, so he needs obviously that 4 times, but he generates his turn like he normally would. Then he gets his turn, and then he gain his sleep stacks converted into stamina, so that's pretty interesting. Each stack of sleep, so let's say you have 3 stacks, is that 6 stamina? Like, this seems overpowered, honestly. Um, we'll wait and see. And when you attack him, you remove a stack of sleep, so okay, so he's basically a tank without tanking. Seems to be the new meta with no taunt or provoke. Interesting. There must be a way to get around that. Key attribute, Bumber is distinguished as one of the largest and clumsiest of the dwarves of Thorn's company, but don't mistake his appearance for weakness. Bumber is a hardy defender, inspiring his friends to charge forth with haste, while confronting his enemies and slowing them down. Inspiration, brother of Bofer and cousin to Bifur, descended from the dwarves of Moria, Bumber is the 12th dwarf to arrive on the doorstep of Bilbo Baggins. He was known for his appetite and his propensity to fall asleep during the quest for Erebor. Notably, he fell into the waters of the enchanted river in Mirkwood and fell into a deep enchanted sleep for 6 days. Wow. Strategy tips. Let's get them going. Brilliant Blunder is a powerful attack that will keep up the pressure on the enemy squad. If Bumber starts the turn with enough sleep stacks, he will gain the stamina needed to continuously use this ability. Okay, so start the turn, but before we heard they got converted, so this is really interesting. Yeah. Dwarven rhythms will inflict disrupted on all enemies. This ability is particularly helpful against any squads that rely heavily on boons. Rivendell, everyone. Rivendell PvP. Bumber has a lot of glyph versatility. Last Stand can accelerate his turn and convert sleep stacks to stamina. Withering can add a lot of damage with his 2 abilities that inflict banes on all enemies. Experiment and find the best combo for your squad. Honestly, I wouldn't go with Last Stand because he doesn't have the actual tank mechanic as we know of now. Whoa, been a long day, even though I overslept. So yeah, we have a tank that can't tank, so you're definitely gonna want a lot of heal on him with glyphs. I'm sure about that. I would say glyphs primarily with health and then maybe armor, honestly. Because you want him to stay alive as a tank. Damage is nice, but at least if you get him at 5-star, if you have gems to spend, I think health to make him stay alive would actually be more viable for now. Because he has a really interesting kit, and what I really like about it is honestly, I had hope for a dwarf with an AoE, and I'll be honest and say I couldn't see Bilbo having it, so I'm happy it's Bumber. But this ability right here is something I did not expect for the dwarves. Haste for 2 turns, and that you can use it right off the bat. This is insane for turn meters. Like 30%, this will allow you to really control the flow in your chapter 1 for sure, also chapter 3. Speaking of chapter 3, it's currently bug at the moment, and it seems that CG is going the way of saying we have a fix for you and we'll make a good package that you can buy, so that way you will be compensated. If you don't buy, you don't get a compensation. That is based on what I've seen in the Discord. I really hope that's not the case, that you want to do a compensation for messing something up in a game, because this patch, while the lives look amazing, and I really have a feel good positivity video out about all the things that I like, the fact that I hear something like that, I have to bring it up. Hopefully, it's not true, but I've heard rumors that that could be a way CG does it. And making a blunder and then offer good compensation for it, but then earning money off your own blunders, I would say it has to be a really, really good pack for me as a spender to consider spending on it, because I believe it's the wrong approach to reward them with money for messing stuff up. But overall, this is Bumber's kit, and right at the bottom, December 15th to December 22nd, and that is where it is. It's a great danger to seek the treasures within the Misty Mountains. Okay, so just his text. Like, I really think they should stop calling these adventures, because it's not an adventure. There's nothing about these first 4 tiers. You could basically just press auto. It's done. Tier 5, level 25, dump some glyphs on it. Maybe gear tier level 2 if you really need it. Probably that's done. Like, glyphs have massively changed that they will fix it, so we need to invest into it again, because they're not interested in us getting that. But yeah, really curious and an exciting rest of December coming up. And Bilbo Baggins's kit, how will he make his way into the team? We'll see. Drop a comment down below. What do you think about Bumber's kit? Anything you are excited about? For me, it was the haste, but overall, I really like his kit, and also really surprised that he doesn't have any taunt or provoke. Leave a like on the video if you like what you've seen, and consider hitting that subscribe button. It will really help me making the channel grow. I'll see you all next video.